There we go. All right, so gonna get started on day 21. Whoops. Day 21 of Advent of Code. We can close these, and all right, this is gonna be day 21, part 1. It is day 21, so I gotta at least start to catch up. I'll probably only do the first one and the first part, but we'll see how bad it is. All right, day 21, allergen assessment. Wow. Here we go. So we can close a bunch of the stuff. There we go. Day 21. You reach the train's last stop, and the closest you can get to your vacation, island without getting wet. There aren't even any boats here, but nothing can stop you now. You build a raft. You just need a few days worth of food for your journey. So it's one hell of a vacation this person is on. I guess this person is me. This is one hell of a vacation I'm on. You don't speak the local language, so you can't read any ingredient lists. Okay, however, sometimes allergens are listed in a language you do understand. Well, that's nice. You should be able to use this information to determine which ingredient contains which allergen and work out which foods are safe to take with you on your trip. Okay, you start by compiling a list of foods, your puzzle input, 1 food per line. Each line includes that food's ingredients list, followed by some or all of the allergens the food contains. Each allergen is found in exactly 1 ingredient. Okay, that helps. Each ingredient contains 0 or 1 allergen. Allergens aren't always marked. Well, damn. Okay, when they're listed, as in contains nut shellfish, after an ingredient list, the ingredient that contains each listed allergen will be somewhere in the corresponding ingredient list. Okay, wow, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Even if an allergen isn't listed, the ingredient that contains that allergen could still be present. Maybe they forgot to label it. Maybe it was labeled in a language you don't know. Okay, for example, considering the following list of foods. Okay, this contains dairy and fish. Contains dairy, so that means something just said hello to me. I don't know what it was. Was it? I don't know what. Just something just said hello. I think maybe it was my AirPod. Every once in a while, Siri thinks I'm talking to it, and I don't know why that is. But like, okay, all right, cool. So in this case, so it looks like this is dairy. So you feel like any one of these could be dairy. And then any or fish, and any one of these could be dairy. So dairy must be this one because it's the only one common to the 2 lists. Something there contains soy, something there contains fish, so this can't be soy, that must be soy, and then this must be fish because that's dairy already, and we know that, and this is present. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this is fish. This contains dairy. Okay, well, it's going to tell me now. The first food in the list has 4 ingredients. Well, the food might contain other allergens. Oh, it might contain other allergens. A few allergens the food definitely contains are listed after dairy and fish. Okay, the first step is to determine which ingredient can't possibly contain any of the allergens in the food in your list. In the above example, none of the ingredients can contain an allergen. Counting the number of times any of these ingredients appear in any ingredients list produces 5. They all appear once each except that which appears twice. Wait, what? Counting the number of times any of these ingredients appear in any ingredients list produces 5. Right, they all appear 5 times. K only appears once. I don't know if I understand this question. Yeah, let's see if I can figure out what they mean by this. Okay, so they may warn you about the allergen, or they may not. So just because something doesn't say it contains an allergen doesn't mean it doesn't. So both of these contain dairy, so they must have one thing in common. They don't have TRH, they don't have FV, they don't have SBZ, but they do have this Max McVitie. So that must be the dairy, you'd think. Okay, and then one of these must be a fish, but not Max McVitie. One of these must be fish. And, oh, SQJ must be fish in this case, because it's common to both. And this does contain dairy, but it doesn't say it contains dairy, but there is dairy in it. And then this contains soy, but because this is fish, then this must be soy. Okay, gotcha. How many of those? So determine which ingredients cannot possibly contain any of the allergens in your list. And how many times do those ingredients appear? Interesting. Okay. Okay, this is cool. This is a neat problem. Let's see if we can figure out how to solve it. Day 21. All right, here we go. New file, one.coffee. All right. Yeah, stop, bam. Day 21, allergen assessment. Okay, and this is our input. And we'll just go in twice, and oops, contains fish. So, okay. And what will we try to assert here? I guess let's make our usual sections. We're gonna have defs, tests, and run. Okay. So we're gonna need to parse input. And this is gonna be some text, it's a wall of text. And we're gonna have text dot split on a new line, and we will map those. I guess what we can do, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to split them into ingredients and allergens. So line, and then so ingredients and allergens equals line dot match. Okay, so we're gonna have some words, some word character pluses, and that's some non-space characters basically is what we're looking for, and then followed by a literal paren. Yeah, so what do we, I guess ingredients, what we can do is we can just say we've got not a paren followed by a space, followed by a literal parenthesis, followed by the word contains, and then we're going to have so a not, comma, or space, and we're going to have that one or more times. So I guess before we do this, we should check the puzzle input and see if there are any lines that say nothing about allergens. So, I mean, I don't, yeah, this is like where the lines end. Let's just make our input file and we can check in there. .coffee. There we go, and we'll say module.exports equals. Okay. Contains eggs. contains wheat, contains peanuts, dairy, contains. So it looks like they all list some allergens. Just they won't all list every allergen. Okay, so that's cool. That means that we can assume that allergens exist. So it contains a list of those things, and then it's followed by a literal close. Oh, this should be here. So it's not a comma or a space, followed by a comma or a space, maybe. So followed by a non-capture group, comma, space, maybe. And this whole thing in a non-capture group, I think this is how you do a non-capture group, is going to repeat a number of times. I wonder if this is actually going to make any sense. Let's try it. So, so let's grab log. Console. Okay, and we're going to do is match that on, or we're going to do line match that. So let's grab a line. Let's grab this line right here. That's 2 lines. Let's grab a single line. Match, and let's log that. Let's see what we get. Ooh, invalid regular expression. Oh, unmatched. Interesting. What did we unmatch? So we got one of those. So let's double check that I know what I'm talking about with relation to non-capture group regex. Non-capturing group. Let's try JavaScript. Come on, I just want an example, guys. There we go. Yeah, it is question mark. Okay. So that's what it is. So that, then this opens and closes, and that closes. But we don't want to close that. There we go. So contains dairy and fish. So can we just, oh yeah, it was not plus. So how about that? Fish. So that's only giving me 1. Boo, we'd like more. And it's giving me the list, which is correct, except there would be a space. So we'd have to non-capturing group, and we'd have to say that there's 1 or more of them. I wonder if we can just, here, let's try capture group, word plus, and we can have plus of those. So that's not happy. There we go. So this is only giving us the last one because we're not saying space. No, that's still only giving us 1 match. So I guess we do need the non-capturing group. We need the non-capturing group, and we need 1 of those, and then we need a space. And then that goes multiple times. No, it's still just giving us the last one. Oh, do I need to caret it? Apparently I do not. So I guess what I could do is I could just get the ingredients list rather than trying to parse all of them out in one go as an array. And maybe that makes more sense. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just do, okay, there's a space, there's a literal one of these, there's a literal one of these. No, there isn't. There's some word characters, and we're going to capture those. So that should give us the whole list. Oh, it's word characters or a space. Okay, and then that gives us this, and then contains, and like let's just grab them with the commas. Let's just have contains, and then we're gonna have a literal one of those, and then this is an actual capture group where we just say word, comma, space, plus. You can have one or more of those as well. So that's gonna not do anything. Do I need a literal comma? Nope. So contains, is contains not what it is? It is contains word character. So let's just do, how about instead of what it contains, we'll say it does not contain, so it does not contain a parenthesis, and then parenthesis. And we got that multiple times. Okay, so that gives just me H. So why is this doing this to me? Okay, let's see, we've got a literal parenthesis, a literal space, and then the word contains. Okay, yeah, and then I want not a parenthesis, and then I want that one or more times, and I want this to be greedy. Can I do it 0 more times? Does that make it greedy? How do you make something greedy? Okay, oh, what if I end that? It shouldn't make a difference. It'll still give me H. So why is that? Let's do just dot star. Dairy fish, that's what it does. Okay, cool. So we got our ingredients. This, honestly, you know what, this can probably be dot star, because it'll be greedy. Okay, dot star contains dot star. Done. So that's what we're gonna get back. We're gonna get our entire match. Oops. Contains that, and there's not that many ingredients. I don't mind making this regex multiple times. Okay, so that's ingredients and allergies. Let's just type it out. Ingredients. Wow. Ingredients and allergens. Okay. You know what? Ing and all it is. And then we're going to say ing equals ing split on that. And then we'll do the same thing for allergens equals allergens dot split on comma star. There you go. Or comma space. Cool. And then we will ing allergens. So we're going to reply with, we're going to end up with those. So this will give us, parse input should give us ingredients advertised, or ingredients allergens. So let's check that out. Log, parse input. Cool. So this gives us ingredients. Oh, this is giving us ingredients contains dairy. Oh, you know what? It's because I wasn't doing that. There we go. So ingredients, allergens. Okay. So we got, let's just put them in like that. There you go. So we got ingredients, allergen, ingredients, allergens, ingredient, allergens. Okay. All right. So now, how are we going to figure these out? So we could figure out that one of these. So one of these must be dairy, and one of these must be fish. So I mean, this kind of works like a Sudoku, I think, right? Where we're gonna have a list of allergens, and then we're going to have a list of, I guess what we need to do is we need to compile a list of what it can't be, what each allergen cannot be. So. But how do you do that when they only tell you what does include an allergen? I guess what we need to do is we need to figure out, we need to find two lines that, every line that contains that allergen. What we need to do is we need to figure out what the union is until we get down to only one possibility. And then what we can do is we can subtract that from all of them. Okay, so let's make how are we going to do this? Okay, so how are we going to model this? We have a product. A product has ingredients and has allergens. And we want to find every other product. So for every allergen, we want to find all the products with those allergens, and we want to try to whittle down the best we can what ingredient can be that allergen. Does it make sense to, I guess these are products, has ingredients and allergens. So the product equals that. Okay, not that this matters. This is just me labeling it basically. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say for prod in that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to compile a list of all ingredients. So, okay, in all allergens. All allergens equals, and then we're gonna take in products, which is gonna be an array, and we're gonna say for prod in prods. So we have allergens equals empty array, and allergens dot, here, let's say allergens equals allergens, comma, and then prod dot all. Okay, let's just do alls. Allergens equals prod dot allergens, and then we will return allergens. So, and we're going to want a unique allergens. There we go. So I guess we'll just bring in unique from underscore. Actually, here, unique equals require underscore. So we're gonna have to have some sort of a map where we can, well, maybe not. So we can say ingredients for allergen, and that's gonna take a list of allergens and a list of products, or a list of, yeah, products. And then we're gonna say, okay, for al in als, we're gonna say ingredients for allergen. Oh, we actually just want to put in a single allergen. Okay, so we're going to be looking for, and I guess we'll put in products first. So we're going to be looking for products that contain the allergen, that we know contain the allergens. So for prod in prods, what we're going to do is we are going to, so prod dot, what is it? Ingredients. Well, okay, for prod and prods, when prod dot, so we're al in. So when the allergen is present in the product allergens, what we're going to do is we're going to ingredients equals an empty array. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to continually get the overlap, which is the intersection. And I think intersection is one of these underscore things that we can pull in. So we're going to say ingredients equals intersection. Okay, so we'll or equal to prod.ing. So in case it doesn't exist yet, And then we will ing equals intersection ing and prod ing. So what this is going to do is the first time it goes through, it's going to create the array, and then it's going to find the intersection between it and itself, which is the whole thing. In the next run through, it's going to already have the array, and it's going to find the intersection between the existing array and the next product. And then at the end, we're going to have ing. So let's products, ingredients for allergen. So let's prods this, prods equals that. And then what we'll do is we'll call ingredients for allergen and prods. And then we want to find a particular allergen. So let's find dairy, because dairy, I think we know, is this MXM one. So let's see what it gives us. Ing. What's this saying? Variable ing can't be assigned because it's not been declared before. Okay, ing equals null. Let's try that. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is giving us an idea of what it must be. So that's dairy. So some things like fish or soy are going to be more complicated. We can try it with fish and see what we get. Probably going to get 2, right? So the ingredients for allergen, once we know an ingredient has to be an allergen, then what we can do is we can assign it to an ingredient allergen dictionary. And then for subsequent runs, what we can do is we could subtract any that are known. So what are we going to do? So allergen, I don't know if we're actually going to use allergens. I guess this is just to get a list of allergens, a list of all allergens. Right, because what we'd actually do is okay, let's log allergens, and we're going to pass in prods. So this is going to give us all the allergens. So what we would do is we would go through all the allergens. So we could say for all in that, and then we could log for allergen. So cool. And then we can say log, oops. Okay, so dairy must be this one. So fish, so this one, once we'd found that, we could have removed this from the possibility for fish. And once we'd done that, we could have removed this from the possibility for soy. So we're gonna have to do these in a loop. And we're just gonna have to keep looking. So we're gonna need a new function called map allergens, and that's gonna take prods. These are gonna be products. So products equals an array, cool. And then what we're gonna do is basically we're going to do a couple things. First, we're gonna have an ingredient allergen dictionary, or we'll just call it dict equals. And this will probably work for the simple case. I don't know if this is going to work for a complex case, but we're going to find out. So then for all in allergens prods, and then we're going to have ingredients equals that, and if ing dot length is 1, we can say dict ingredient equals allergen. So we're going to do that, and then allergens is going to need to take a dict as well. Not allergens, sorry. Ingredients for allergens, product, allergen, and dictionary. So, and this is going to take dict equals whatever. Okay. Or I guess this could be like a blacklist of known allergens, like known. Okay, and then this will be, I guess what we'll want to do is, you know what, we'll want to pass it in as a dictionary, so it's passed as a reference, because that way, as we update dictionary, we can call dict keys in here. So when allergen is in that, so for product and product, okay, so intersection ing and product ing, and what we're going to want to do is we're going to be possible, then we're going to want to remove this from the known ones. So that's not intersection, what is that, difference, or without, underscore, where are you? Okay, underscore here, union. Let's just find, let's try to jump to union. We'll find all the it's for arrays, isn't it? So difference 1 3 4 is the difference. No, we want the opposite of the difference. We want, I mean, we just want without, so we'll grab without. I mean, we can just do this manually, but may as well use underscore. Smoke them if you got them. Okay, so then we want to say without ingredients, and then we're gonna object.keys dictionary. No, the keys in this case are going to be ingredient, and we want, oh yeah, that's what we want. We want to get rid of the known ingredients. Okay, cool. So this is going to give us the ingredients for allergens. Okay, so let's see. Now we're going to have to loop this. We're going to have to loop it until the number of allergens is equal to the size of the dictionary. So while here, walls equals allergens prod, well, alls dot length is greater than object keys. Can you just do object.length? Can you do dict.length? Maybe. I think you probably can, actually. Let's check. Okay, so let's do 1 1 2 2 dot length, and let's alert that. Undefined. Yeah, I thought so. But you can do keys dot length. Do you have to do object dot keys, or can you just do object keys? No, I'm gonna do object keys. Okay. Oops. Alert object dot keys. Boop. Yeah, that's what I thought. Object keys length. All right. Object keys dictionary length. Okay. So while that's still true, do that, and then when we're done, we're gonna return our dictionary. So let's see if this works. Map allergens. Log map allergens prods. Okay, so dairy, fish, and soy. And is that what we had? This was soy, must be that one. Okay, cool. And this is just gonna get stuck in a loop if we let it. And what was the thing that they wanted us to assert? Let's find out. Okay, we want to, how many times so determine which ingredients cannot possibly contain any of the allergens in your list. How many ingredients? So we're going to need to know a full list of ingredients as well. So we're going to do that here as well. Ingredients. Wow, ingredients equals prods, and then we'll just call it ret equals ret, and this is going to be and then unique ret. I feel like I should probably do the same thing here. This should just be ret, and then unique ret. Is this still working? Yeah, okay, cool. So ingredients, why is this word giving me trouble? Like I can't type it. Okay, so we're gonna wanna know, that's map allergens. So what we wanna find is we wanna find safe ingredients equals prods equals boop. So we're going to want to find all ingredients equals ingredients prods. So say we'll call it ings because we do alls in the other place. Okay, and then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to map allergens, and we want the keys, right? Yeah, it's the keys of the ingredients. So we're going to want to, without ingredients, and then object dot keys map allergens prods, and then we're gonna blow that up. Okay, so safe ingredients. So let's log safe ingredients. So these are the safe ingredients, and none of these exist. Yeah, SB is fine. It's SQ that's bad. So that's without this one, without SQ, and then without FV, because that's soy. Perfect. Okay. So, and what do they want to know? They want to know the number of safe ingredients. How many times do any of these ingredients appear? Cannot possibly contain any of the allergens. And how many times do any of those ingredients appear? Okay. So num safe ingredients equals bronze equals bloop. Okay. So this is the number of safe ingredients. So we have safe ingredients prods, and what we want to know is this is safe equals that, and then for prod in prods, what we want to do is we actually, I guess what we want to do is we kind of want to reduce products. I mean, why reduce when you can just make a variable and num equals 0? You can say prods for prod in prods, and then we're going to apply with num, and at the end we're going to say num plus equals, and we can just do the union or intersection of, so safe, so prod safe equals prod dot ing intersection of that with safe, and we're gonna say num safe prod safe length. Okay, and so num safe ingredients, and let's find what that is. 5. So is 5 the answer? 5 is not the right answer. Okay, so let's make determine which ingredients cannot possibly contain any of the allergens in your list. How many times do any of those ingredients appear? So let's log prod safe, and let's log prod. Okay, let's take a look. So this is the product, and then the safe ones are these two, 1, 2. Then there's this product, and there's these two, and then there's this product, none of them are safe. Then there's this product, and one of them is safe. So yeah, 5 is the right answer. Oh, but we wanna know, right, this is producing 5, so that is right. Okay, so assert equals require assert. Okay, and then we're going to assert that 5 is that. And then what we want to do is we want to find out how many are in the thing. Let's see if this even works. Log require input. And let's watch this blow up. 1930. It didn't blow up, so it gave me an answer, 1930, and that answer is correct. Okay, cool. So continue to part 2. Let's see how awful part 2 is. I'm expecting it to be like another day kind of deal. So let's make a new file. Not lit coffee. Okay. Oh, not 1. We want 2. .lit coffee. There you go. And we're going to grab part 2. Boop. And then I haven't even read it yet. I'm almost dreading what it's gonna do to us. But let's find out. Okay. You know what? I always wonder how many times have I left that in? Yeah, like day 15, day 16. Okay. I'm just gonna remove those now. Because I always almost forget it. Wait, did I put out the space? I did. And then day 21. Okay. All right. And the above example, plain. Okay. Oh, I don't need to do that. And arrange the ingredients alphabetically by their allergen and separate them by commas to produce canonical. Okay, so let's read this. Now that you've isolated the inert ingredients, you should have enough information to figure out which ingredient contains which allergen. But we did this already, didn't we? Hold on. Which ingredient contains which allergen? We do have that map already. Arrange the ingredients alphabetically. Was there like a simpler way to do this that I wasn't thinking about for part 1? Okay, so arrange the ingredients alphabetically by their allergen and separate them by commas to produce your canonical dangerous ingredient list. There should not be any spaces. Okay. So we want to assert that that is this. We want to assert that that is in like dangerous list. Dangerous list. And then we're going to take that. So dangerous list is what we want. So dangerous list, unless I'm misunderstanding the question, is just going to be, we want our map allergens, and that's going to take prods. And then we're going to say for, and so map allergens is a dictionary where we have ingredient allergen of map allergens. So we're going to create, so really what we want to do is we want to sort this. So let's make an array equals this array. We'll sort it and then we'll map it. Okay, so ret equal ret dot push ing L. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll ret dot sort, and we're gonna have a b, and we want to sort it alphabetically by allergen. So sort by a dot or the allergen minus b allergen. And then I wonder if this is even going to work. Can you do that? I know you can do it in Ruby. I don't know if you can do it here. And then we're going to ret dot map, and then this is going to be like a product array, and then we're gonna just map it by product ingredient. So let's see what dangerous list is. So, and then ret equals ret map, and then we're gonna say ret dot join. It's one of those. So let's see what dangerous list is. Okay, let's get out of there, and you get out of there, and we will log the dangerous list. So that's blown up. Input is not defined. Oh, I guess we still need input from part 1. Input. Cool. This can go. Yeah, that was. So in the above example, here, let's put the input there so it reads nicer. Okay. So is that the order we want things back in? It is. Okay, well then, shit man, I dare say we've done it. And I don't want to make any assertions like that, like, oh, we did it, because otherwise, otherwise when we go to run it, it won't work, of course. Dangerous lists, let's see what we got. We got this, and let's put that in here, and we'll see if that's the answer. That's not the right answer. Okay. So this isn't the right answer. So what we should do is we should, so that's the dangerous list this is giving us. Let's take a look at, maybe it's the sort that's not working. So let's look at map allergens. Log, yeah, and then parse input. All right. See, I shouldn't have said I think we got it. So dairy is first because it's a D. Then RPF should be next because it's eggs. So E, F, D, E, F, and then D, whatever. What's SP, whatever? This is just giving it to us in that order. Okay, so this sort's not working. So what we could do, so how do we sort? We sort by, so we've got keys and vowels. We want to sort. I wonder if we just put the allergen first, would that sort properly? Because that would try to combine these two to sort them, because it would try to string them, and then we'd want the allergens. Yeah, and so that's how that works. So SP is dairy, then the next one is RPF, which is eggs. That's a cute trick. Okay, so that still comes out the same way, and then that's our dangerous list. So let's take a look at our dangerous list. So that's our dangerous list. And let's make sure there's no spaces, and it ends in 2 X's, submit. That's the right answer. Okay, cool. 1 gold star. Beautiful. All right, so let's take a look. Is that, yeah, okay. Let's take a look at these and see what we're doing. So we're using unique, yeah, for the allergens. I mean, we could just not do that by doing this manually, but I don't care to do that. So really the two files are very similar, except we added a method to the second file. So let's go through file 1. So we're using underscore because of these nice intersection and without, and oh, sorry, I've got my lights on an automation at 6:30, so it's going into night mode. 1 sec. No, I'm in webcam mode. Thank you. Okay. Webcam mode, if you're wondering, is turn down the light behind me and have a side light for some fill. Then I've got a light behind my monitor shining at the wall. I'm still probably kind of dark, but I also don't want to blind my precious eyeballs, which are extremely Nordic and very sensitive. Okay, so what are we doing? We got parse input. We're just parsing the ingredients and the allergies or the allergens, and then we're further processing. We tried getting fancy with it, but then it was just like, you know what? Why are we getting fancy? They're all pretty easy to just pull apart. And then we are actually returning an object today. And I mean, we don't need this prod equals. It was just, that's what we were returning. So we're returning an array of objects with ingredients and allergens, just so I didn't have to remember what was first and what was second, because I'd always be like, wait, is it ingredient allergen or allergen ingredient? So this way I make these. Okay, and they're always arrays. They might be arrays of one. Allergens and ingredients, these are two. I mean, really, all this is it's a unique, like we could, you know, prods, map, whatever, and then just unique them. In fact, why aren't we doing that? Maybe we should. What does this give us? 1930? That doesn't seem right. Wait a second. Did I screw something up? 1930? Maybe it is. Maybe it was 1930. I thought it was like 1908 or something. Maybe that was yesterday's answer. Yeah, it was. 1930 must be today's answer. I think it'll say, if I go back, 1930. Okay, so that's correct. Okay, so let's refactor this. This is really just, so prods, whoops. It's prods map p, and this is going to be prod.al p.all, and then we're going to flatten and unique that, right? Flatten, unique, flatten. So we can actually probably just do that instead of, so we'll get unique, flatten. I really don't feel bad about reaching for underscore for these things. And nor should you. So this is, yeah, okay, that's much easier. And then this is ingredients, so same thing. Okay, allergens and ingredients. Let's copy that over to here, because that's, I mean, this is probably more verbose, but this is easier for me to read. It's unique, flattened map of the allergens. In fact, we could probably find an underscore thing for this. I think, what is it? It's like pluck, maybe? Pluck. Pluck list and property name. Yeah, so I mean, we could actually grab pluck in here as well. So let's check that out. So oops, flatten pluck, because I find this kind of stuff reads pretty well. So pluck props ing. So we want the ing. Yeah, so cool. So this can be pluck prods all. Nice. Okay. Unique, flatten, pluck prods all. So it's starting to sound a little ridiculous, but I really do think it reads nicer. Okay, so we got that. What else we got? We got ingredients for allergen. And what is this doing? This is finding the intersection between the different lists. So it's saying, hey, for dairy, we've got these ingredients, and for dairy, we've got these ingredients. So therefore, give me the common elements between those two. And in this case, the only common element is this one. So that's what gives us the key to get in there. And that's really all this is. It's a list of possible ingredients for the allergen. And then what we do, because we call this repeatedly, is we're passing in a dictionary of known ones. We could honestly do this outside of the ingredients for allergen. So ingredients for allergen all dict, what we could do is we could say ingredients equals that, and then on the next line we could basically do ing equals without ing object keys dict. So that way we don't need to pass dictionary in. I kind of like that better actually. So let's remove that and we'll just pass back ingredients. So does that still work? It does. Okay. So we've modified ingredients for allergen and map allergens. So we're gonna copy those over. There we go. And does that still work? It does not. Did I do something wrong? Intersection alls. What's it complaining about? Flatten is not defined. Oh, bad old chestnut. Let's just grab these boys. Stick them up here. Jump in, boys. All right. And we're still getting student price card and RPF. Okay. Another thing I like to do is, like, when my imports get kind of long, I like to plug them out into different things like this. It makes for cleaner like Git histories when you start adding things that you're exporting from, or importing from these, etc. So these still work. Yeah, okay, cool. So that was ingredients for allergen. Okay, so this ingredients for allergen, so we're defining this out here so we can conditionally assign it in here and just continue to use intersection, which I feel like is easy. It's easy enough. What we could also do is we could do it in here. We could say ing and then just be null, and that would still work. Okay, and you know what, let's do that here as well. We'll just put our ingredient, I guess it would be undefined in this case. There, okay. Cool. And yeah, all on products, all, and then producting, and then, okay, intersection. Okay, cool. Still gives us student price card RPF, yeah, and 1930. Okay, so safe ingredients. What are we doing here? We're saying ingredients are the ingredients in all products, like all ingredients. And what we want to do is we want to map that against allergens for prod. So what we could do is we could collapse this into one line and just, use parentheses. I typically try to avoid that. So typically if ever I have to use parentheses in CoffeeScript, and it's something that I avoid doing. If I have to use parentheses, that's an indication to me that maybe it could be more readable on a second line. So this is like all ingredients, and then I want to return all ingredients without these allergens. So I'm fine with that. And then what do we got here? Map allergens. Yeah, again, dict could just be an argument. Okay. And then again here, because we're referring to allergens a couple of times, we say well length. We do this. We just pull it out. Yeah, there are parentheses here, but this is me calling it and calling length on it. So it's all good. So dict, so that's map allergens. Map allergens, let's move dict up there. Okay, and now what we got? Num safe ingredients. So we're passing in products, and safe is, so we get our safe ingredients list. And what are we doing here? What we're doing is we're saying, hey, the number is 0, and then for every product in products, I'm going to grab the length of the intersection of the safe list and the product list. So could we do this better? Yeah, we could do prods.reduce and have memo equals 0 because we're going to be adding to it there we go, and prod, and we could say memo plus, and then that's prod safe. So we could just do that length. So we could say intersection length. Does that still work? It does not. It blows up. Why is that? False equals true. Lol equals that, and then let's log lol. So this is giving us object 201. Do I have this backwards? I mean, it's possible that I have it backwards. I know you're supposed to initialize the memo like this, but I usually just do it the other way. Do I have to plus equals? No, it's not either of those things. Oh, so now we're getting 5. We're getting 5 back anyway. Was it that one? No, it was this one. It was memo. So it was the plus. There we go. I have to do that. Oh, log lol. That's why. So 1930. Yeah, so we could do that. So which is better? So we got a reduce where we have a memo and a product, and we say memo plus intersection of the product length, and then we have to initialize it. So like, what's better? That's the question. Or do we say this? We initialize a counter, and we say for product and products, I guess this would be the equivalent. Whoops. Rather than that, we could do that. So this is one more line, but doesn't use reduce. And then here's reduce. So I feel like the non-reduce version reads better. Yeah, and then wait a second, that should actually be there. I think the non-reduce version reads better because there's less overhead to me of thinking about reduce and being like, oh wait, you're storing this in the memo and then you're adding to it. It's like, oh, you've got a number and you add this to the number all these times and then you end up with a number. It does require an extra variable, and that's really like the variable that reduce provides you in memo. But I like it, and furthermore, I like splitting it up to the safe products. Is it safe prods? What is this? This is num safe ingredients. So product ingredients and safe ingredients, and that's how many are safe for the product. Yeah, like I'm actually just going to leave it like that. If anything, I'm going to initialize num here as 0 because we're returning num, and then we can just initialize it and return it. So that's what I'm going to do, and so that cleans it up a bit, and I'm going to add this here. Okay, cool. And dangerous list. I'm gonna initialize list here, and then everywhere I have ret in here, I'm just gonna say list, and then I don't need to override this. So I can say list push these, okay, and then I'm gonna sort the list. I'm gonna add a note here to the sorting. I'm gonna be like sorts by array as a string. And this natural sorts by array as a string, which concats the entries. Okay, and then we map it for its whatchamacallit. This thing, actually at this point we could just list map join. Oops. And then return list map join, and that gives us student price card and RPF, whatever that is. Cool. Oops. So this compiles the list. And then natural sorts by arrays of string. Dangerous list, we didn't even have that over here, did we? No. Okay, cool. We've still got num safe ingredients. We assert that that's true, and then we log the rest down. So that's our refactor done. Cool. So let's get X that. And what do we got here? Okay, right. We're gonna do some cleanup. And then we're going to put day 21 in the bag. And also we should we're gonna grab the ID of the YouTube video. All right, grab the ID of the YouTube video and we'll put that in the README. Okay, so grab that. And what was it called? It was called Allergen Assessments. I like playing this game where I try to guess at the number of characters this is going to be. So if I replace this, I'm going to need a couple extra spaces, maybe 3. No, I needed 5 extra spaces. That is a ridiculous thing to do, but I enjoy it. It makes me happy. So here is the YouTube ID. Paste that in, and now we can add day 21 to the README. Add day 21 to README. Cool. So thanks anyone who has stuck around and watched. I see a couple of people have been watching. Don't know who they are. Y'all should chat more. Keep me company. Yeah, it'll leave. If there's anything you think I should have done differently or better, appreciate either real-time chat notes, appreciate comments. You can hit me up on Toronto.js, or you can leave comments here on the YouTube video. Yeah, definitely appreciate them. And I will see you guys again for tomorrow. Where do we go? We go back to, this is our advent calendar. Okay, cool. See you guys tomorrow for part 22. All right.